You'll recall that we did set aside an amount of money in the stabilization fund to supplement the fuel budgets of the town and the school this year. So we do have an available balance totaling $70,000 from the stabilization fund that could support the efforts of the Energy Conservation Study Committee. And it will be transferred from the stabilization fund, specifically from the earmark that was set aside at the October town meeting.
What did they look for? They had the game plan laid out there.
Yeah.
What were they looking for funding? This phase, next phase?
Well, I think it's, at this phase, $70,000.
Which
Okay,
covers,
Okay.
and in fact, we just started the
DPW.
DPW garage, and with that program there, we're going to save about $2,000 a year, and plus we're gonna get an RMLD rebate of $3,130. So, and with the town hall, we had a rebate of $7,795 come in. So we have some good money coming with that committee. I think the hood, we're looking at the hood as the next project, and that'll have a quick turnover for us as well. So it's a great committee, great bunch of guys, and we're starting to save the town good money, important money.
All right, Greg, you wanna go back and get some recommendations on some of those articles again?
Yeah, I will.
Other than the 18 and 18A,
The-
we'll hold off on those.
There's one more that I just wanted to give you some info on, and it's Article 29, which is transferring money to the capital debt stabilization fund. We have $96,387 available in short-term interest that we can transfer over, based upon some conversations with the finance director and the treasurer. We have an opportunity, MSBA has some money available that they want to pay off some old debt. So it's debt that we're receiving annual reimbursement for the little school renovation project. And as a result of that, that debt can be paid off. However, there is a cost in terms of fees and some premiums that are due. Those total about $40,000. If we were to do that, that would come from the $96,387. The benefit is there'd be a 10-year savings to the taxpayers of $263,370. So there's a substantial benefit to paying off this debt early, incurring some cost to do so, and then not
Well, we
having.
should absolutely do that, even if
Not
you had to take the
having-
money out of the debt
Not
stabilization.
having- And not
I take
having
those
to
odds
deal-
any day.
Not having to deal with that cost. So, Mr. Chairman, I think I had reported to you, we had about $90,000 available to go to the debt stabilization. What I would recommend is that we reduce that by the amount to pay off this debt early, save money to do so, and have a little bit less going to the debt stabilization.
Oh, that's still a big gain.
You
Yeah.
said it's 40,000?
40,000.
In other words, in fact, the 90 is what sort of made me feel comfortable with taking 150 out to apply to debt so that we could give the school another 150 as we brought the
Right.
budget down to, a balance, so, or brought their deficit down. So instead of it's 90, it's 40, but based on the fact that we're, in the long term, reducing $200,000?
10-year savings would be, in interest payments, $263,370.
So it's,
So in a straight line there, you're gonna save $26,000 in the next fiscal
Yeah,
year anyway that you.
yeah. Right.
Greg,
So-
that's debt exclusion, correct?
There's debt exclusion, right?
exclusion,
So it just
Yeah.
saves the taxpayers.
Yeah.
That's why saving the taxpayer money.
Oh, it's saving the taxpayer money. it's
Saving
not-
taxpayer
Right.
money.
Okay, well, that's still a good thing.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna need it.
So I'll
Now,
put
the
these
debt
in the form of a
exclusion means
motion.
if we're gonna need it, we gotta convince them to go and do an override,
Put it in the form of a motion.
the school project or whatever.
What's that?
I'll
Okay,
put these all in the form of a motion for the next meeting.
okay, fine,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
fair.
fine.
Okay. All right, next item on our agenda, Town Administrator's Report.
Please refer to number 11 in your packet. Board members, as I mentioned to you before, the town is in the process of seeking reimbursement for the FEMA March and April flooding events. I would ask that you approve a motion that I'm designated as the applicant agent for the town of North Reading.
Do it.
Number 11.
Ten,
It's on the right, isn't it? The yellow?
that's 10.
Oh,
Here's, hold it.
There you go.
Sorry. So where are we, Greg, on the,
It should be a copy of the signature form,
Yeah.
though.
It's this one here,
yeah,
and then, that's it.
Yeah.
And then you have to sign this.
yeah,
I have the motion.
okay. We do that one?
Mr. Chairman, I move to designate Town Administrator Greg Balakonis as the Town of North Reading FEMA applicant agent for public assistance reimbursement event number 1895-DR-MA between March 12, 2010 to April 26, 2010.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Bullet number 2 has already been addressed. It concerns the power cots stretchers for the ambulance. Item number 3 deals with an update on the past due water and trash bills. As you know, the town has been increasing efforts to collect these unpaid accounts, which have remained unpaid since July of 2009. The town did send notices out to all of the affected residents, and we did conduct hearings. That's what the bylaw requires us to do. So those were conducted last week for any individual that wished to protest his or her water or trash bill. This week, certified letters will be sent out to all of those accounts which remain in arrears. You have a copy of that letter. Water department employees will begin the process of marking and locating deed valve boxes on properties before any additional actions are taken. But we're serious about the fact that it's important that we collect on this. If you look at the report that Mr. Hingston had submitted, you'll note that in the past, the town has always had a fairly small amount in water liens in the range of $18,000 to $20,000 a year. This year, unless we take action, we could be approaching $100,000 in uncollected balances. So would ask that, just so you're aware of it, and certainly before any final actions are taken, I'll touch base with the board. So nothing is gonna happen between now and an opportunity that we meet again.
Well, Josie briefly addressed an issue as far as people coming in willing to pay.
Sure.
What's the general policy, if someone comes in even with a partial payment, Joe?
They usually don't, the contract usually doesn't accept it.
Okay, can we change that? Is that just a policy?
I think there's a, she shows them a law, there is a law that she goes by, that she'll show the customer.
That does what? Says that we can't take your money?
Right.
Or can we take, I mean, our collector enters into agreements with people for partial payments all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
So why wouldn't we accept
In real estate, when they deferred real estate.
the deferred, or, I don't care what it's for. The what?
The only one I know of is the real estate. I don't know,
Okay.
I don't think that water and trash. Because we've had a customer recently complain that she.
I know, I heard.
wrote the amount wrong,
Okay,
and we sent it back because it wasn't partial payment, because it was considered partial payment. So, and she's got the law quoted that she, that we use when we reject a partial payment.
do we have to follow the letter of the law whereby we would not accept partial payment on money that's due to the town?
Yeah, is that a state law?
That's gonna be personal.
Or is it a matter of preference on our part policy, or do we have to follow the law? My guess is we don't have to follow the law. If we want to use the law to say,
Yeah. I would
and
think
then-
we would take you know, if somebody was to give us money, I would think we would take what we could get. Scoop it, as Mr. Jones would.
I would think so, but that isn't the case.
No, that's been their policy, and sometimes when you've worked under a policy, you know, a
Right.
long-lasting policy, people find it difficult to change.
And it's okay, but I think if you get some direction from the board here that maybe would indicate that we'd say, thank you for any payment that you would make at this particular time, that maybe the policy could change.
Yeah, that would, yes, I see where you're going, and I agree with you.
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Yule, and then Mr.
I'll
Prisco.
let you know. Yeah, didn't you, on our last meeting, didn't we talk about that, with, partial payments that to, I think the letter was, I didn't read the letter thoroughly, but I thought the intent was, come on in, we'll work something out. I mean, that's the intent
Right.
of the last meeting.
For
that I
those people that
recall,
really are in need, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
and, you know, I think the sad thing, I don't like to give sob stories, but the sad thing is, you know, there are some people out there where, people have gone through divorces where the other side, I don't wanna take sides, but the other side is not paying for child support, not only that, but they're not paying for their bills. And you have people in homes now that are unable to pay that bill, because of lack of child support and so on, so
But
that's a tough scenario.
there's a whole host of scenarios
Yeah.
out there. The bottom line is that, you know, if people come in and offer us, and payment, then we'd take it, and then in turn also work out some sort of a payment agreement with them that they'd be obliged to maintain. But I don't think we should be turning people away because their check was $3 short, or $1.50 short, or something like that.
Did you guess at that, or did you know there was a check that was $3 short? What?
Yeah, we should have taken the money and
Check.
put the $3 on the next
You know,
bill, you know?
There was a check that was $3 short.
Right, yeah.
They sent it back, and then when I got back, it got late. Then there was late charges and advance,
Ah.
and it kinda got.
Late. Yeah, kinda gotta-
We do it
yeah.
to ourselves.
But I mean,
Um,
I think we really need to revisit the policies.
No, I agree. I will start, first thing in the morning. If I do Sean's thing, I will go to the office.
But, one opinion, I don't know what the rest of
All
them.
right, Mike,
No, I don't know why we're turning back money.
Right.
If someone's willing to pay something, whatever it is, we should be taking it.
Mike?
I had the pleasure of meeting with Mary Ann last week, and she told me that they welcome people to come in. Her department understands that it's challenging times, but don't just disregard the bill to come in and at least talk to them. And I don't think she's ever turned anybody away on a payment plan.
She's been terrific.
And not even on water, that at least, maybe I took the note wrong, but I'm looking at my note, and she's been very good about it. Can you just reassure us that when we do take partial payments, that our system is able to handle that for water?
All right.
Because I think it's a different
Taking
system.
any partial payments of water, trash.
Okay, well, and she said that she's worked on payment plans for lots of people in this town, so.
All right, I will follow up.
I think most of the time it is real estate taxes.
It's mostly real estate.
Mostly real
taxes,
estate
correct.
taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
But we
See,
have
one
some
of
people,
the
you know,
reasons,
who are
Mike, is
fixed
in the
income, who owe
past,
$500, $600,
unpaid water
$700 in
bills
trash and
are
water
thrown on
fees.
the
It's
tax
difficult
bill.
for them to pay it all at
No,
once.
it becomes
You need to work out something.
so,
It-
they probably,
And I'm gonna bring this up, because it's probably a perfect time to bring this up, that for the people that are watching home, it is a huge challenge for our treasury department, our collectors department. If people use that pay your bills through your own banking system,
yeah.
is really
yeah.
a big issue for the town. And that I would encourage people listening and people that are here in the audience to use the North Reading's website to pay your bills. It's a wonderful system, it works great, and it's very easy for them to manage your accounts and to make sure they keep track of what you're paying for. If you do it online through your own bank, there's no paper receipt to associate with your money, and it makes it extremely more labor-intensive on them. So, and I think we all need to go around and try to make sure we try to push this further for people to understand this.
Yeah, Mike, that's a good point, because it does work very smoothly, doing it that way. I do have a question, though. If you're a day late on that bill, it doesn't accept your payment.
Yeah,
Is there a
that's
reason
true.
for that? If you're 1 day late, it will not accept your payment.
Because now you've got additional
There's a
charges
fee.
that are.
Well, you're gonna get the additional charges on the next bill anyway, so if you,
I'm with you.
you know,
That's why.
it's.
Pick up the phone. I'd suggest to people, if that's the case, pick up the phone, talk to someone.